I'm happy tonight because we have a number of Franklin half dollars that have been processed the last few days, which means I have an opportunity to talk Franklins with you. It's one of my pet categories just because of the value, how rare they are, because of the silver issues in 1980, and then again in the last decade, $50 an ounce silver destroyed a lot of the bigger silver coins. And then with comparisons to population reports, etc., you can't find them today. So finding them and finding them at the right price, that's the deal. Look at this one. We have three early Franklins, Philadelphia style, and they're all uncirculated. So the Franklin half dollar was introduced in 1948, replacing the Walking Liberty. And it lasted until 1963, replaced by the Kennedy in 1964. At the time, it was the first non-president on a U.S. coin for circulation. Remember, the cent, 09, was Lincoln, the very first one ever. The nickel was in 38, that was Jefferson, right? The quarter was 32 with Washington. Roosevelt was the dime in 46. So we went off base and went to Franklin, one of our greatest founding fathers, with the half dollar at that time. Beautiful idea. So these are 90% silvers. This is year 3, year 4, and year 5 in the Franklin series. All Philadelphia and all just wow. Now on the reverse, below the E and the S at the top of the coin, that is where a mint mark would be. But since Philadelphia does not mark its coins, these are all Philadelphia strikes. There'll be no mint mark there on these coins itself. Our price is $29.95 each. Here's my competition. For circulated, one of my competitors that we do a lot of competing with in the Franklins is selling circulated coins of these 3 years at $39 each. So they're $10 more, 30+% more. And they're selling circulated coins. Uncirculated coins, one of my other competitors, is at $61, $61, and $52.50 respectively. So 30+, 30+, and 23+ for the same exact coin. On a percentage basis, significant. Every dollar should stay in your pockets when it comes to decisions. 29 versus 61, pretty simple one here. Quality, unquestioned, beautiful uncirculated specimens. The Your Choice banner on the left is exactly your choice. So over the years, if you've picked up the 50 and the 52 and you're missing the 51, that's your call right there, 905 3323 at $29.95. If you were born in 1950 and you want to just commemorate the year, well, guess what? That'll be the call, 905-2381. At this time in history, the largest silver coin in circulation was the Franklin half dollar. The silver dollar, the peace dollar, ended in 1935. So you had the dime, the quarter, and the half dollar, the 90% silvers that were still out there, this being the largest. We didn't have a dollar coin again until the clad Eisenhower in 71. We've never had a silver dollar in circulation after the peace. This is the last series of silver. Now, I referenced earlier the problems with finding quality Franklins today are directly related to 1980. And it wasn't because the hockey team beat the Russians. It was because of the fact that silver went to $50 an ounce for the first time in world history, which means any 90% silver half dollar, whether it's a proof, whether it's a circulated, whether it's an uncirculated, was worth $20 a throw, right? 20 bucks a piece. And many, many were melted. I was a paper boy in the 60s. I had a lot of silver. I melted all my dupes and my extras at that time as well. Shame on me. Many of you might have done the same thing. Hard to pass when you put it aside for 50, and now it's worth 20 just on the melt side. Who cares the condition? And that kind of pushes the issue forward. Now, the mintages, all special by comparison, but the other scenario, which just helps explain why we don't find a lot of uncirculated Franklins anymore is looking at the mintage, which is kind of like a chapter 1, the first thing we go to. Where does it rank compared to everything else around it, right? And then the second part is, well, for 35 years, NGC, PCGS, ANAX, the big 3 independent certification services, have been telling us every coin they see. And every grade. Every grade. So you can look at those numbers and get a barometer of how many of one we're seeing versus the other. Is 50 rarer than 51, or how is 63 by comparison, right? And you're able to find some pockets. And trust me, the brains in the industry follow those numbers very closely. If that's a $20 coin and that's a $50 coin and it's rarer and fewer have been seen, that $20 coin doesn't stay 20 much longer. Here are the numbers on these 3 coins, and it's very shocking. And I'm a numbers guy. It surprised me. The 1950, in uncirculated condition, NGC is certified only 3283. Now again, it's a barometer. But when you consider the mintage versus the population, 7.7 million coins were struck, right? 1951, 3940, not much more. 1952, 3840. By comparison, further on in the series, when you get into the 57s, 58s, 59s, early 60s, you're starting to see numbers like 15,000, 20,000, etc. So it tells you that the earlier ones are significantly rarer and not seen as often as the more recent issues, the last one struck. Thank you again for that. Yes, the phones are very busy right now. As always, abccoins.com is there to support, whether it's a smartphone, laptop, etc. Right now, it's only like a 10 or a 15-second wait. So if you're dialing toll-free 866-518-5933 and you hear that fast busy, deep breath, pause, and that redial. Technology is wonderful, isn't it? Hit redial and zoom, it goes right back in. Guys, we got to put a 1-minute clock up. On the 50s, we're down to our last roll. We got a lot of people on the phones. A lot of people are buying multiples. You can. Thank you, Hunter. I didn't mention that. If you want to buy 4 of one and 2 of another, that's always your call. It's always about how many we have in inventory. We sell to that number and then we stop. On to the next product. And that's kind of how we've always been here at America's Value Channel. We're not afraid of low price points. We just want to make sure you get quality coins, quality grades at quality prices. Kind of the moniker, America's Value Channel. But tonight, this is it. Year 3, year 4, year 5, out of the 16 Philadelphia Franklins. Again, the series started in 1948. My competition selling circulated coins for $39.95. They are selling uncirculated coins. The 50 and the 51 are at $61, and the 52, they're at $52.50. So a $20 to $30 savings, whatever works for you overall. As you can tell, they're all encapsulated. They will come in a beautiful presentation pouch as well, so that way you can place them or park them as you so choose. But the bottom line is early issue uncirculated Franklins. Special. Here's a comparison for you really quick before they yell at me for staying on it too long. 2019, the S Enhanced Reverse Proof, the lowest minted proof silver eagle ever, 30,000 of them were struck, right? And it sells for over $2,000 in raw condition today, just to find it. The population reports for these 3, if you add them up, are less than 10,000. That are how many known are that have been seen by NGC. And these are, well, $60 coins from our competitors, $30 coins with us. That's significant. And thanks for watching.